Among the most frequently asked questions received, it is how to handle loved ones who neglect to do prepping. The underlying motive behind this concern is the genuine care and desire to offer assistance, with the hope that these individuals become aware of the situation and begin their own preparations. To gain a comprehensive understanding of this matter, it is essential to refrain from passing judgment and instead endeavor to perceive it from the perspective of the loved ones. Without making an effort to comprehend the broader context and rationale behind their behavior, attempting to persuade them will likely prove ineffective. Admittedly, there may be certain individuals who are resistant to getting started, regardless of the level of persuasion employed. Nevertheless, the hosts emphasize that there is always a possibility for change. This particularly applies to people within one's own community, including friends, family members, relatives, and neighbors. To foster a better understanding of their mindset and pave the way for their initiation, the hosts outline 5 steps that can be undertaken. The first step is to manage expectations and approach the situation from their perspective. The individuals in question lead busy lives, balancing work, childcare, socializing, and leisure time spent in front of the television. This routine has been their norm for a long time, and they find comfort in it. They tend to hold the belief that major catastrophes or disruptive events are unlikely to occur. While they acknowledge the possibility of minor incidents like floods, storms, or blackouts, they generally maintain a positive outlook. Their confidence lies in the conviction that things will continue as they have in the past. This is precisely the point being emphasized. By examining historical patterns, it becomes evident that civilizations throughout time have experienced, or will eventually face, collapse. Encouraging them to acknowledge this fact becomes crucial, as their perspective often overlooks the broader scope of history, focusing instead on a relatively short time frame. Perhaps recent events should not be dismissed either. Wars and other significant occurrences have taken place within the past few decades. However, these individuals tend to narrow their focus to a limited period, failing to recognize the broader historical context. If one were to extrapolate this perspective over the course of several millennia, it becomes evident that civilizations have consistently experienced downfall. They have witnessed numerous instances where major conflicts and disasters have unfolded. By solely focusing on short-term considerations, individuals tend to bury their heads in the sand, disregarding the possibility of future events unfolding. To redirect their attention towards historical evidence, it is important to ask thought-provoking questions such as, have you observed the course of history? Have you witnessed the recurring patterns of events? Such events have indeed taken place in the past, and it is reasonable to anticipate their recurrence. There is no logical basis to suggest otherwise. Therefore, it is crucial to regularly share updates and information regarding the current state of affairs, allowing individuals to assess the progress of events. It is worth noting that such updates are already being reported in the news. Due to this understanding, the creators of the channel produce 2 distinct styles of videos. One focuses on discussing news-related topics, which may evoke strong reactions but serve to inform viewers about ongoing events and the necessary preparations. Additionally, they also include general preparedness content in their discussions. The second reason often cited is the inability to afford preparations. It is hoped that the events of the past few years have served as a clear reminder of the importance of being prepared. The affordability of items has significantly changed, as exemplified by the fact that the dollar shop no longer offers products at a mere $1. Nowadays, a can of vegetables can cost around $1.25. Nevertheless, it has come to attention that individual shelves are now available at higher price points, such as $3 and $5. Inflation has reached such levels that even a popular chain store named Five Below now sells merchandise that exceeds the $5 mark. While certain regions may have experienced temporary relief and a decrease in inflation, this does not guarantee that it will not resurface. Regardless, the fact remains that prices are generally on the rise. Consider this. A few years ago, a can of corn might have cost only 49 cents. However, if one had started stockpiling them back then, the current price could be as high as 75 cents. This represents a 26-cent savings per can. Therefore, given that a can of corn now costs $1, it becomes evident that it is more affordable to stock up rather than not. One can reasonably speculate that the price of maize may rise to $1.25 or even $2.00 in the future. By purchasing maize today, individuals can save money in the long run, considering the tendency of costs to increase over time due to inflation. The belief that the government will take care of them is a significant justification often offered by individuals. Many people have faith that the government has their best interests in mind, at least to some extent. It is commonly perceived as a protective figure, akin to a vigilant older sibling, always looking out for the welfare of its citizens. The concept of granting the government authority over personal resources is often seen as potentially beneficial, a topic that has been extensively discussed. However, it is essential to present the following points to loved ones, friends, and neighbors regarding the role of the government. If the government is genuinely committed to providing assistance, regardless of the circumstances, why do official government websites such as Ready, Gov, FEMA, and the CDC, although personal trust in these websites may vary, all emphasize the importance of personal preparedness? These websites stress the significance of having essentials like food, water, and medication, among other necessities. If the government is truly prepared to aid individuals, why are there no comprehensive plans in place for such situations? For instance, during the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, people were stranded in the New Orleans Superdome for nearly a week before receiving substantial assistance from the government. In the present day, a typical week unfolds, and while the government may be there for its citizens, they still lack the ability to reliably respond to catastrophic events. The ramifications of a severe disaster, such as an electromagnetic pulse (CMP) or a permanent grid failure, are merely the initial challenges. Regrettably, when faced with such situations, the government's support may prove inadequate. This message is essential for everyone, including loved ones, to comprehend. The fourth excuse often encountered is the notion of seeking refuge at someone else's house. It seems that the individual has disclosed their identity as a survivalist to everyone they know. They have openly or subtly revealed their preparedness reserves, thereby violating the primary and most crucial principle. One should never allow others to witness their supplies. It is vital to avoid it at all costs. As the saying goes, loose lips sink ships. News travels fast, and even if certain individuals, such as close relatives, remain silent, the knowledge becomes widespread. Consequently, scenarios arise where, for instance, Aunt Martha visits and consumes a significant portion of the corned beef hash, depleting the food supply from a year's worth to only 6 months' worth. Regardless of the circumstances, here is the recommended approach. Firstly, it is crucial to refrain from disclosing the existence of stockpiles. However, if the secret is already out and others are aware of your preparations, it becomes important to demonstrate that you are capable of extinguishing any concerns they may have. This is the next step to take. People might whisper comments like, you have all these preps here, even if they do not explicitly voice their thoughts. In response, make it clear by stating, yes, I have indeed invested significant time, money, and effort into my preparations, and I am satisfied with the outcomes. It will serve me well when things truly start to deteriorate. Avoid singling out individuals like Aunt Martha and saying, I'm not talking to you. Instead, convey a general message that anyone who expects to come and consume your provisions without contributing anything is misguided. They may respond by saying, oh, obviously it's not an open-door policy, and your corned beef hash is not my corned beef hash, if you phrase it in that manner. Even if you have made arrangements to accommodate them as well, it is still necessary to establish these boundaries. In a casual manner, express that while it is a lovely day today, if they come over when things go awry and expect to eat, you will be occupied with necessary tasks. Nobody will receive preferential treatment in this situation. Any individual who arrives with the expectation of indulging in your food without contributing or putting in effort throughout the day will be sorely mistaken. This includes Aunt Martha, without exception, whether it involves gardening, tending to cows, or handling household chores like dishwashing. There is always plenty of work to be done. Planning ahead is crucial to getting off to a good start. Once again, it is advised not to bring up the topic unless you have already informed others about your stash. However, it is essential to create the impression that you are well prepared, even if others may already suspect you to be a prepper. You personally make efforts to stay ready and possess camping gear such as a stove, but emphasize that you do not have an abundance of extra food on hand. To give the impression that you don't keep a significant amount of supplies, it is important to downplay the presence of extensive stockpiles. However, if others already possess substantial reserves, you should attempt to change their mindset by subtly conveying that they should not expect a free trip to your place. The fifth most commonly cited excuse is "I don't know where to start." This is actually a reasonable justification to consider. Once again, it is important to empathize with their perspective. There are indeed many factors to take into account when it comes to preparedness. Will this particular grocery shop be able to withstand the competition from numerous other options available in the market? The person requests permission to fill up a jug with water, indicating their concern for preparedness. They express uncertainty about how to prepare meals without relying on electric stoves or ovens. Additionally, they question the necessity of making purchases from a specific firm, considering the potential for rapidly escalating expenses. It is hoped that this concern is genuine on their part, as one can empathize with their perspective. When placed in their position, it is understandable that they would want to undertake some preliminary groundwork to be prepared. They have the desire to get ready but lack knowledge on how to initiate the process. This is where both parties, the experienced individual and the inquirer, play crucial roles. The experienced person sets the standard and serves as a guiding figure. Despite any relative lack of experience, there should be no shame or judgment attached to their current level of knowledge. Given that the experienced individual has been involved in preparedness for a longer period, they must lead by example and offer guidance, allowing the others to learn from their wealth of experience. Inviting them into their home, they can explain the practicalities, saying something like, "Considering I have a limited budget, let's find out what's on sale this week." It's an important aspect to prepare for. Once you've acquired those 2 additional cans of corn, we can discuss water tomorrow and explore the appropriate use of bleach. I'll provide assistance in every way I can. While there is no obligation to purchase items on their behalf, the experienced person should take the opportunity to mentor and guide them. This is where the 2 parties currently stand. In the event of a large-scale disaster, there may be a loss of internet access, and the station may need to be temporarily shut down. Start allocating time to sit down with them and watch instructional videos aimed at helping them prepare for the future. There is a vast amount of information available, including on our channel alone. Consider making it a regular habit to watch additional videos together every few days. Once again, it is important to emphasize that this process will require time and patience. As the saying goes, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. In every case, taking that first step is crucial. Provide them with significant assistance and guidance throughout their preparation journey. I am also at your disposal, ready to offer support. We are here to help you become prepared, even if it means watching some unsettling videos. The key is to maintain emotional balance and not let fear overpower rational thinking. This approach can prove immensely beneficial. Please share your own experiences or offer words of wisdom in the comments for those individuals who, for various reasons, may be reluctant to join the preparedness community. Our ultimate goal is for you to be prepared for what lies ahead because we genuinely care about you and the well-being of the people you hold dear, be it friends, family, or relatives. We appreciate your attention to this video, and we hope you found it enjoyable. Have a fantastic day, everyone.